Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be going over trend lines. Alright, first things first, what are trend lines? Well, trend lines, they're going to show you which way the market is going. So if we're in a market that's trending up, we're going to be drawing our lines from two major points. So whether it's a swing low and another swing low, or a swing high to another swing high. When knowing how to draw trend lines, you're going to be able to get better entries and better exits. And when combined, trend lines and support and resistance, this will give you multiple signals for a better chance to make better decisions for your entries and exits. Also, we're going to know how to clean up the charts and draw trend lines that matter and know what trend lines you want to go off of. Hey, and if you like this channel, go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, hit the thumbs up, and let's jump right into the charts. Let's do this. Here we go. I'm going to go off Tesla real quick. So for here, right here, we have a major point here and then another major point right in here. And then we're going to draw our line. As you can see, it came up, pushed down, came back up, pushed down, and then it came up, tested it, kind of stayed on the line, and then it pushed up. So it broke through. So now this downtrend is broken. So now it's a breakout, and then we're gonna go off here and we're gonna see how it plays out. So what we could do is, what I see is that now you can actually take this trend line off, and then you can make an uptrend to where, like this, you see you have a point right here and then you have another point right here, and so now that's two major swing points that are connected. And so now we can see it play out. And usually these trend lines, they respect it. So like when you're trying to get an entry, you're gonna want it to wait for it to come back down, hit it, or get close to it, and then hit it, and then it will take off. So, and then when you combine this with support and resistance lines, you can see that right in here, that this was a resistance at one point, and that's where we're at. So if you check out my first video, this was a resistance. So right now it broke through it, and then it's kind of testing it. So let's hit the play button, see what goes happen. All right, so when it's testing it now, see, now you could have even got a better entry because it broke the resistance, it tested the trend, the upward trend line, and now it's taken off. All right, here we go. Watch it some more, pushing up, and we can actually connect these. And so this is when counter trend trading comes in, is where you connect this one, and it's counter trend trading, so you're trading against a trend. So you don't have to necessarily have to get into an entry, but once this counter trend is broken, that's when you get into an entry, because you know you're in an uptrend, so may as well get a good entry, and once it breaks it, then boom. And so here it is right in here. We kind of have a resistance that was broken, and now it's flipping to support. So let's keep playing it. All right, so here we go. We have counter trend trading against the trend. This is just what I'm seeing. Let's extend it even more. All right, hit the play button. Staying around it, consolidating. So this is just an example. Like I said, we have the swing low, another swing low, and two major points that were connected. This was our resistance. Let's turn this to red just to know that it's a resistance. And this is a resistance. And then these are counter trends. So you would have had a counter trend here. Broke the counter trend, could have got your entry. Boom. Wrote it up, tested, blew through the resistance, tested as support, came to the trend line. So this is why you're getting multiple signals that may possibly enter a trade. You have your support and resistance, you have your resistance level lined up, then you have your trend line already established, and then you could have made an entry right in here. I mean, it's testing it, right? Or you could have had another entry right in here. And you can also go down to the 4 hour and see what it's looking like over here as well. Support, boom, could have got an entry. Maybe you would have possibly put a stop loss right down in here. If you're real conservative, you could have possibly put a stop loss right in here just to really get a good risk to reward trade on here. And then you just see that it just took off, and it took off up on this uptrend. And then it finally cooled off, made another counter trend, came back down, pushed down, and then it finally broke back up. You would have had another resistance line up in here, somewhere up in here. Could have had it in here. Multiple touches are better. So right in here, broke out, and then it went wild, came back down, tested the resistance, was turned into support. Now it was testing the support, and then it pushed back up. And then now you're doing counter trend trading again. So hit right here, another major point right in here, pushed off of it, came back down to support. So actually making a higher low. So this is a bullish scenario. Then it comes up, hangs out, and then it kind of just hangs out in here before it just takes off and breaks off this into before it breaks this resistance. So we can see now that Tesla had a major push up just because it was entering the S&P 500. Seem like these are major uptrends. Could have made one right in here just to see where we're at. Another hit, another hit, another hit. All right, so you can see that it had a major uptrend. This uptrend was broken, and now it's in a downtrend. So you could have had your lines drawn up into the downtrend, even though it was a counter trend, right? Even though it was a counter trend, you could have still, like, if you were playing it, you could have had a quick stop loss right in here. You would have had a stop loss right in here, and if it didn't go your way, it would have hit it, took it out, and then it would have came back down. And now this is now your trend, because this is the way the market is going now. And then you would have had your support lines drawn up right in here. Also another support right in here. So, and all this can be deleted as you go and trade as well, just to make sure your charts look clean. Because what you don't want are very messy charts to where, you know, it looks like this, and then you have another one right in here, and then you have another one right in here, and then another one right in here, and then it just gets too sloppy. So you want to make sure that the charts are clean, and then you make sure that, you know, wherever you're at. So if it's already past, if it's all the way up here, go ahead and delete it. Go ahead and clean the chart up. Come up in here, clean it, clean the chart up. Broke out, now it's still in its uptrend. All right, now let's make new levels. You know, took off, had a head and shoulders right here, came back down, tested it, and then broke through. So now we're in this downtrend, and we'll see what Tesla has to do next. You could do counter trend trading right in here somewhere, and if it rides up and then it breaks through, then, you know, Tesla could be heading back down, could hang out and consolidate and then break up again. I don't know, time will tell. All right, first thing you want to do is just, you know, take a look at the higher time frame and see what kind of trend we're in. Are we in an uptrend or are we in a downtrend? You know, and then we'll go from there. So we have our lines, a major point right in here, another major point right in here, connect them, and it looks pretty clean to me. You know, you got a hit right here, another hit right here. It extended out, but then eventually came back down, you could have scrolled down to the 4 hour and then had some counter trend trades right in here for better entries. Major point, did its thing, hovered around the upward trend line that we got from the daily. Then the 4 hour counter trend line, it broke out, and now we are there. Some other counter trend trade things is just a major point, another major point, boom, breaks out, comes down, tests it, and then continued on. And so when you do these counter trend trades, once it breaks out, you can wait for the retest, or you can try and enter when it breaks. Obviously, if you would have entered right in here, it could have came up for a little bit and then pushed back down, then you might have been in the negative. But you usually want your stop loss or something like that below the daily trend line that is going up, or the higher time frame that's going up. Hey, thanks guys for tuning in to my trend line video. I really hope that you understand how to make a trend line, how to trade off counter trend lines, how to get better entries and exits, and to really clean up your charts to really help you out and to get max gain. And I really hope this video helps you out. See you in the next video. Later, guys.